And then so what I did is I took
And you don't need to
an
build
old
those
laptop,
softwares.
I installed a fresh copy Linux on it, and then I deinstalled networking, so you can't even turn on networking.
Yeah.
There's no networking
Wow.
drivers installed. And then I
So
installed my Ether wallet on it just from a USB stick. And I generated everything on that laptop. So that laptop's not even capable of connecting to a network, and it never will. Like, I would never install networking on it again. Just in case, like, if there was some sort of like Tails, for example, if Tails was in some sort of infected copy,
Right.
it would never actually talk to the internet on an air-gapped computer.
Right, as long as
So-
you air gap it, you
Right.
have less to worry about.
So you wouldn't want to use like your day-to-day machine to do that. You want
Right.
something where it's going to never talk to the internet again.
Or use a hardware wallet.
Well, yeah, which you haven't
Well,
gotten
yeah,
to.
that
So
we haven't gotten that yet.
Can you
but
go
yeah.
back to the cold wallet image where to the share in the private and explain how somebody would use that?
Here?
No, the
Oh.
Bitcoin
Oh,
paper.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Go back.
well, I
Can
can
you
go
get
back. I can
back?
go back, yeah. So this is my Ether wallet. So there's a vulnerability where people are buying domains that are similar to this and then make it look just like it. And then, use the app, and if you don't air gap, they'll steal all your coins because you're revealing to them they actually made it so that it's sending data back and forth to the server
Send you an
constantly.
address that they know of.
Yeah, or that, yeah, or it's maybe offline, but then it could be even air gap, but they've
Right.
pre-programmed
It's the same address
random
every time.
addresses and private keys in there that they know. So then when you send coins to them, they have a bot that's constantly checking them and stealing the coins. So yeah, that's true. And if you air gap,
It could still
you're
be bad.
vulnerable. So don't type in the wrong URL here.
Right.
So like, it could be my Ether wallet with 2 T's or something. Let's say
yeah,
if
try
that's
it.
a
Like
hack
it'll probably
one.
go to something.
No, that's not a hacked one yet. Maybe someone,
You
maybe
should get
someone
it
should
right now.
buy that and on their website. Yeah.
Victor's got it done already.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But that's happened multiple times already with multiple domains that are similar to.
Not working, get your cursor on that.
For some of it helps
Where'd
if you have
my
a
cursor go?
password
Over
manager.
here.
Because the password manager will check the URL.
Oh, I can do this. Here we go.
Yeah, and actually, so the plugin that Andy's got installed there, Metamask, the latest
We'll get into
version,
that.
I think actually looks for fake My Ether wallet domains.
Mm-hmm.
It has like a blacklist.
Thank you.
You want to see that? So here's my public address that people send money to.
Deposit it.
And here's my private.
That's a private.
Usually you don't see a private key with a QR code. That's really weird.
Yeah.
But
It's
this
pretty
is your
important.
private key. So
Yeah.
you write this on this paper.
So,
And then
so
you
I
could-
get
you
the-
should
the
also
share
write this
is-
down on
is
paper so
where
you
you're
can
telling
send more
people
money
to
to
send
it.
your money, but what's the secret one?
Just
This is so you can spend your money.
Okay.
So these are linked. Like this depends on this. The public address depends on the private key.
If
And they're
you-
kind of like
when
together. They're
you
paired.
fill the address on the left into a send box, it won't send it. You have to put the.
You have to
private
load
key
this
to
into
send
your
it.
wallet, and then the wallet will cryptographically sign transactions for you based on it. Send your coins out. They're
Yeah, just
stored in here.
to do my Ethereum translation on my Ether wallet, what you would do is you would sign that transaction on your air-gapped computer. It would then output an actual transaction that's signed. You would take that signed transaction, then put that on an internet-connected computer, broadcast that signed transaction to the network, and it would be considered a valid transaction. So
Yeah.
your private key never leaves that air-gapped computer.
Let's say you need a more secure
Right,
way.
and
Right,
now
that's
how
a
you
more
get it-
secure way to spend.
How you get it from the air-gapped computer to the internet-connected computer, like that can be a problem. Some people would say you should never use a USB drive because you could be infecting your air-gapped computer, kind of like a Stuxnet thing. Like
Mhm.
maybe you're comfortable with that depending on what you're doing, or maybe you literally need to write it down and then type it in. It's a number of questions how you would do it from your air-gapped computer.
You could get a QR generator that would generate it into a QR, take a picture of it, and
Oh, that's smart.
paste
Oh
it
yeah.
on.
That's probably the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A QR. Yeah, generate a QR of the signed packet.
Yep,
of the
probably the best
transaction.
way.
Yeah. So if you want to be super, that's probably best practice right there. Yeah, that's good. I actually didn't know about that. So, typically using an air-gapped computer software, which could be a URL or a wallet software. Once you have a paper wallet, you can just keep sending coins to it over and over again. More and more coins can be sent in. And then, as it says, must all be withdrawn at once, but actually that's not true. That's kind of, if you're not using the air gap, move the transaction approach, yes. But if you're generating your transaction packet.
Yeah, for
You could
Ethereum,
just send a
there'd be
small
no,
amount.
no need to do
Yeah, no
that.
need to do that. No need to spend all at once. This is kind of an old saying. That's cool. So ignore that. You can just keep sending more and more coins in, and you can spend coins from it. Just be careful about how you do that. Like Alex said. So yeah, using a cold wallet, paper wallet is one of the safest and most secure methods. Typically, don't lose your key, obviously. And data does not exist unless it exists in two places, which is Schofield's second law. I had to Google that, but I've heard that before. So make sure you're not just like writing your private key on one piece of paper and putting it like in one place. Probably should write it on multiple pieces of paper and put it in multiple different places. Obviously secret, but that way if that one location burns up or has an earthquake or something, you lose that piece of paper, you still have another one, and then you can make another one, and now you have two again, right? The chances of both locations or three locations all at once.
I know.
Bursting in
If
flames
only
is
there
very
was
low.
like a third party you could trust to hold that for you.
Not, I guess.
Thanks.
Safety deposit box.
How do you
Yeah,
manage
what?
that for estate planning purposes? Like if you have very much money in a wallet
That is.
and you get hit by a bus,
That's an excellent question, and fortunately, we actually have someone that came to the meetup last month that is a lawyer and actually has a talk that volunteered to speak at this event, but she wasn't in town this late in the month. So we're actually going to have her speak next spring exactly on that topic. Because I've had conversations with people in this room about that. Yeah, like if you get hit by a bus, like what do? Like you don't want your Bitcoins or your Ether or whatever to.
'cause if you get hit by a bus and no one knows your stuff,
Right.
no one knows you have this.
Right.
I mean, it basically disappears from the
So
system.
probably
right?
tell
So,
close
I
loved
have
one.
two loved ones that know
Yeah.
where,
No.
how to access accounts.
Right.
Yeah. And what to do with it.
Yeah, it's
So that's
it's
what you
a
have to do.
it's a deflation mechanism, and essentially it makes everyone else's Bitcoin worth more.
Yeah, whenever someone loses coins, it increases the value of all other coins. Earning coins increases the value of the
Is
rest.
there any, theory on how much coins have been lost?
A
like
lot,
that?
I'm sure.
It's 1%.
Yeah.
What's that?
20%?
I heard 1% of at least Bitcoin. I think it was last year.
Bitcoin 1% lost,
Like,
more than that.
Like annually, it's supposed to the next 20 years they predict that's what it's supposed to.
Okay.
Well,
There's probably 1 million Bitcoin lost.
That's when
Going
going
all
over
these
1% sounds good. But in the past when they were worth nothing, tons were lost.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people mine 50, and then just lost them. Yeah, for sure. You read about it all online all the time.
But to your estate planning, it's really not much different. My mom has a book with all of her accounts that she, has in a spot that we know, the kids know about. It'll be the same thing. Like I would create
Yeah.
a pamphlet or a booklet of my
Well,
cold
so,
wallet.
like, if you have an account and you forget to put it in that wallet, the bank is required to try to find the next of kin. There's
Yeah,
a
this
normal
ain't- it ain't happening in
government
crypto.
process.
Not yet. And you'd never trust. You probably wouldn't trust a bank or a trust lawyer with
It's
a
like,
private key.
I
So
don't want to give this printout to my lawyer,
tough.
but I might give my lawyer that book. And, my lawyer might have a will they would give out or something, but I don't want to give them this
Well,
magic piece of
the
paper.
technology is there where you can write a smart contract too, so you could give your son an empty address and say, on this date,
A dead man switch.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna switch.
Or
So
you can do
I
is
know
have-
I'll be dead in 50 years. In 50 years, it's gonna transfer all by itself
You
to his
could-
address.
Or you need.
But if you
That's pretty
die, if you
interesting.
get hit by a bus tomorrow,
It ain't moving.
50
then.
years
Yeah.
goes by until you.
Well,
You could
I would
also
imagine
make
we're
it-
not far away to where you could have that contract look at a database of dead people, and
Yeah,
at
a
that
smart
point, I'm
contract.
sure that's coming. It'll
A-
switch.
A death oracle?
Yeah, death oracle. Right,
You sign a
right.
transaction, you sign a message every.
Yeah, that's true.
Never
Yep.
really that man switch where you just update it every week that you're alive.
That's right.
That's
right.
If you die, then next week it goes.
That Wi-Fi in Cancun and stuff.
Yeah.
you could also do
Shit, I'm stuck in Cancun and I
Every
know
January
it
1st, you
isn't.
gotta sign that contract. If you don't, it moves.
You can make it so in order to move money off a contract, 3 people have to sign it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
So then
multi-signature
the
wallet,
lawyer
so you
can
could
have
give
it.
the lawyer one of the keys for multi-sig.
Just-
Yeah, that was parody.
Deflation.
Deflation. In action. So 1% of Ethereum was lost in the last.
We're gonna obviously have to do a part 2 to this
Make sure
meetup.
also instructions of what that means.
Right, yeah, I mean, and that, because there's so much buildup of how
Yeah,
to
we
do
will.
this, you know, let's say some non-tech savvy person gets those 12 words, I mean, are they?
Oh, there's gonna be a
able to-
lot of money lost in these early days.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
reality though is that cryptocurrency is not gonna grow from people in this, like people in this room. The average IQ, just a fact, is 100 or less. And so those people aren't gonna know any of this stuff. And
Yeah.
so, you know, the real innovation is not gonna be in the cryptocurrency, it's going to be in the security so that you can go to Schwab or whatever and
Sure.
open your
Yeah.
crypto account. And so,
Right.
you know, that's gonna happen within the next 12 months, I'm sure, because there's just too much money to be made. And, you know, somebody with an IQ of 80 is gonna be able to do this. Like me.
Coinbase.com.
There's nothing inherently wrong with a reputable exchange. I mean, Coinbase probably, I wouldn't use some of these other ones, but
Mt.
I mean-
Gox was reputable.
No,
no.
At the time.
Was it?
Well, yeah, no, it was just stood
Was
for
it though?
Magic the Gathering. It was a
I
reputable.
want to just show one innovation real quick of where like
You're gonna have to
blockchain's
trust someone
heading.
somewhere.
That's kind of funny. So in Ethereum, you can make smart contracts. This is like one example of one. So someone made a smart contract where you can like buy and sell these like digital tokens that represent these faces. So this is just a MetaMask demo right before we get into hardware wallets.
Cool.
We gotta kind of move it kind of quicker because we're
Did you
running
make
out of
this?
time. No.
We
But-
can always do it like a part 2 meetup.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a really complex topic that
It
everyone
is.
tries to figure out.
So these are all like the tokens that the smart contract created, and you can buy and sell them. Originally they were all originally they were given away for free, and then now they're like worth like usually about half an ETH each or whatever.
Really?
So I can go to this one. I like this one. They're all unique. So and this is like a DApp. This is like a Ethereum
Oh, really?
DApp. It's one of the cool dApps that exists now. It's kind of useless, but not really. So you can like own artwork. You can like buy this. So if you buy this token, you're kind of like you can say, hey, I own CryptoPunk 4448, and I'm the only one in the world who owns it. And like I actually use my CryptoPunk as my Google like image, so it's kind of funny.
Is this the ERC20 thing?
Yeah.
Token?
Yes, RC20 token exactly. But it has some extra little features.
And only you own it because you own the
Yeah.
private key, right?
Mhm. Right, and you own the private key to the Ethereum account that this token's stored on. So
What's
right
the market
now,
status and ownership status that you can sell on it?
because I don't have Metamask running right now, I think, so it's not connecting to the Ethereum network. So let's see if I could
Showing
possibly
the most expensive
log
one.
into Metamask. Yeah, the most expensive one is like 10 ETH.
Is
or
your
something.
Wi-Fi disconnected again? Or?
No, it's not. Let's see here. Come on, buddy. All right, I'm gonna try this. Connect
Do you
to-
want to punch in a password on this network?
Yeah.
Do you hear what I'm
It'll
saying?
be like encrypted, right?
There you
Or
go.
on the network. What do you
I
mean?
don't know. Do you have money on there?
See what it is.
Yeah, you have money on there?
Do you want to punch that on the?
It's just half an ETH, no biggie.
Can't see it.
So it should be an encrypted packet. That's well, no, it's not going through the Wi-Fi. Right? Oh, what is my password? There we go.
Same one as last
Okay,
time.
so now I have my. Oh, it's empty. Look at that.
Oh, how that happened?
So now I'm connected to Ethereum. So now this popped up. Now because this DApp recognized that I have MetaMask running and I'm logged into MetaMask. So what's
what's the
happening
DApp?
is it's actually injecting some JavaScript like data into the browser, and then the JavaScript in the browser. And this what DApp is like looking for that. Oh yeah, you got this like.
So what's a
Here's your
DApp?
address. The DApp is a website that is like enabled to
decentralized
look at the
application.
MetaMask. Yeah, decentralized applications like Web 3.0. So it's any website that has JavaScript that looks for the MetaMask injection or any other. I guess there's other plugins besides MetaMask out there, but or like Mist or whatever. It does it too. It injects them. They look for that injection, and then you can talk through MetaMask, a plugin, or that JavaScript
Only
to
MetaMask?
the rest of the network and like query data. So
Why does it do that instead of a server?
that's so cool. There's no server.
It's an application that's running on top of Ethereum.
This website has a server that's serving up this text,
Yeah, it can be
but
specific
that
HTML.
server is not connected to Ethereum. They don't have an Ethereum network or anything Ethereum on that server. It's just a web server, a dumb web server. But the way that this app is connected to Ethereum is through my Ethereum connection on the client end.
Right, I get it, but why do that?
Oh.
It's like a usability issue.
Why do that?
Because you're dealing with private and public keys.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you don't want your private key ever to go on a central server. You want your private key to stay on the DApp.
So now I
your
can
ownership.
Now, if it was all on the server side,
They
I
wouldn't
couldn't
see it.
easily buy and sell CryptoPunks like this. So I can hit bid, and then I can bid like 1 ETH on this punk and say submit bid, and it will generate a packet, send it to the Ethereum network and like that smart contract, and then it will basically run a function in the smart contract automatically just by me hitting this boom. And then they'll say, "Oh, are you sure you want to do that?" And this is MetaMask. Like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, we saw that you might be wanting to spend Ether on this dApp.
Also think of it just from like a login perspective.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't need logins anymore.
Yes, exactly.
For
So not,
websites,
yeah. So like
especially.
Facebook,
Just using
right?
your wallet.
MySpace, blah blah blah. All these websites that are like smart require you to log in. dApps don't require you to log in. If I build a dApp, I don't have to build a login system at all. Like if I'm a web developer,
It's
every
using
single
your
app I build,
private
I have to build a login system, build a login system, build a login system. Like Ruby on Rails, people are always using like these login system plugins like Sorcery or what's the other one? I don't know. Anyways, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of stupid. Every single app has its own user database. With Ethereum and dApps, now there's one user database, and like my personal data is controlled by me, not by Facebook.
So your
Moving
private
towards that
key,
direction, that's Web 3.0.
right? Your private key on there is getting you access.
Yeah. Well, basically, yeah. I mean, signing. I can hit. Well, if I had enough Ether, I'd say send right here instead of buy Ether, and then it would sign that transaction packet built by and then do the transaction right like this. So, pretty cool stuff. MetaMask also lets you change the network, so main network or test network, blah blah blah.
What's the most expensive cyberpunk now?
CryptoPunk? Oh yeah. Probably one of the aliens. Or like this one probably, it's green.
Ooh.
So it's probably worth a lot.
That's popular.
Yeah, zombie. Is it gonna tell me? Usually it tells me.
You click the transaction number, maybe?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Claim.
Oh no, it's claimed. No one bid on it?
Didn't you show me one that was $1,000?
So yeah.
Oh, this one's never been sold. This one's never been sold. Okay, sorry. Here, let's look at the ones that are up for sale. Where are they?
Already recently sold.
Recently sold. Where's that?
In the last
61 grand.
Oh, recent one's for sale. Okay, here we go. This one's for sale. It is
Isn't there one like
$32.
Obama that was really expensive or something?
Okay. Go down.
I want Obama.
Apparently everybody else does.
It said like
Yeah.
recently sold.
Offered for blah blah blah. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're gonna get to a big number.
Whoa.
So recently sold for.
There you go. There you go.
Whoa! Oh, these are what they're being sold for. These are for sale. These are for sale. These are for sale. But where's recently sold?
Okay.
Go down. Right there. On the left.
Here.
Oh, okay, here we
Recently
go.
sold.
Here we go. Everyone, this is funny. This is shock factor.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's not sorted.
No, it's
Some are
not.
$100 and some dollars.
Anyway,
Some dollar
I'm
one
sure there
I
was
saw.
one that was. Yeah, there was one that was 10 ETH. You can look at it for yourself.
Can you click on the top? Can you go to the very top and click and see if it'll sort it? Is there title?
Kind of waste.
Copy paste it
let's see.
on
At the very top?
Yeah.
No title?
These are all boring.
The mod wants
What is $100 for
Go to the
that?
very top and see if you can click on the title.
You have
Yeah,
one
sale
of these
amount.
look like
Click
you
on
have
sale amount.
Crap.
So this is a poorly written dApp.
It's not actually.
Anyway, total value of punk sold is 500
All this
ETH.
data is being read
Market cap
from
is $1 million.
It's not being.